Riding home with Steve Jaxon on the drive. News Talk 1350 and the new FM 1035 KSRO.
Yeah, your Monday drive. Thanks for riding with us. Joining us now is author Ray Palla. Am I saying Palla right?
Well, it's Czech. It's Bohemian. If you were Mexican, it would be paya, like shovel.
Yeah.
As a Czech, it's Palla, P-A-L-L-A.
All right, Ray Palla. How you doing, man?
I ain't dead yet. I'm pretty snazzy. How you been, Steve? I feel like we know each other. I don't think we met, but we're born on the same farm.
That's pretty much right. You live in Austin or outside Austin?
Outside, near Taylor.
Oh, Taylor, Texas.
Yeah, the Taylor Duck.
Now, I have some questions. I started to read the book on my phone, and I'm still a little fuzzy on what's going on here, so that's why we have you on to fill me in. It's called Simple Triple Standard. First off, where's the title come from?
Well, you know, in life there are a lot of double standards, especially in politics, which the book is about politics, people. The era of the 70s had a lot of double standards going on. And if you can imagine a triple standard, not that much more complicated, but it gets pretty thick.
And explain that to everyone what it's about. It has to do with, is it just radio? It's almost a backstory for modern commercial radio, as the book proclaims. Explain what the book is about.
It's actually about a lot. Politics, about people, about music in the 70s in Austin, the Willie Nelson picnics, Kinky Friedman, odd satirical things, and a little bit of a love story, a love interest. It's about the University of Texas School of Broadcasting, a number of things. Interesting.
And our mutual friend, Jay Levine, Emmy Award-winning Hollywood sound editor,
yes, sir,
who first hipped me to this, and he and I met and worked together in 1975, beginning in 75 at KOKE-FM in Austin. And you do mention KOKE-FM in this book, right?
It's got a couple of chapters that directly are derived from KOKE-FM. It was a popular progressive country station that began a bit of an industry standard back in the early 70s, around 1972, I believe. And I think you even worked there at some point in time there.
I got there in 1975, and that was the year they won Billboard's Trendsetter of the Year award, and I worked there till the end of KOKE-FM, and had, besides the gig I currently have, it was the most fun I've ever had in 43 years of radio.
I have to concur. KOKE-FM was an anomaly. It's an oddity. Even today, it's on the air, but not near the same as it used to be.
Right.
They would play any type of rock and roll record right next to, country music hits.
I would play Willie Nelson, followed by Duke Ellington, followed by the Rolling Stones. Anything we wanted to play. The library was outrageous, and we all could pick our own tunes. And I did afternoon drive through the 4 years of KOKE-FM or whatever, and man, it was fun.
One of the most odd collection of records I believe I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was all vinyl and all pristine kept, and
Yep.
You could just about pick anything you want to hear. We had it.
Yep. So explain more about the book. You mentioned politics and such, and the music industry.
Well, if you remember back in the early 70s, there was a station in town called KTBC.
Yeah.
KTBC was owned by the Lyndon Johnson family. He had a fifth-story penthouse on top of it at 10th and Brazos that he could look out the window and see the Texas State Capitol.
Yeah, I worked and then it became KLBJ, and I worked at KLBJ-FM after KOKE-FM, and Lady Bird had that apartment upstairs, and one day I was on the air, and two Secret Service agents came in the studio while I was on the air in the afternoon, and they were just hanging out. So I was talking to them, trying to get them to go on the air for an interview, but they wouldn't do it.
She was a casual kind of lady, and
she was great.
Liked low profile. She came in one day picking out carpet samples. They were recarpeting the building. She was just real friendly, real nice. Her and Linda came in.
Yeah. But politically, what was going on besides Lady Bird and such?
Well, the politics evolved Austin's a state capital. It's also the hub for the county, and it has a lot of political interest in Washington. So politics are a key flavor of conversation in Austin. And as KTBC was found to be politically incorrect and a bit of a monopoly, Lyndon Johnson sold off the television station, and it became KLBJ. And that's about the same time KOKE-FM was formed. And I've created a fiction radio station called KNUT The Nut.
Yep.
Get your daily nut. And the book does is progresses through those conversations.
Who is Bryant L. Herman?
Fiction character, sort of loosely based on me as a news reporter. I reported for KVET, KASE for a long time in Austin before I moved to Houston's KIKK. And in between there, I worked the midnight to 6 a.m. shaft at KOKE-FM.
Wow. In between...
Brian L. Herman is a 21-year-old kid at the UT RTF school, radio, television, film. And he's a character who kind of lives vicariously through the news stories. He doesn't have much of a life himself, is on a small salary, and he, in particular, finds one of the news girls attractive.
So it's historical fiction, and it takes place in the 70s in Austin, Texas. Ray Palla.
Palla, yeah.
Palla.
I'll answer to anything. Just call me for dinner.
Ray Palla. The book is Simple Triple Standard. Check it out. You can go to rpalla.com, Palla. And I can't wait to read the whole thing. Can you send me an actual paperback?
I can do that. There's
Okay.
a great bit in there about Kinky Friedman, who ran for Texas governor back when he was young. He had a band called the Texas Jew Boys. I don't remember if you played any of his music when you were on KOKE-FM, but Kinky Friedman had a great number of hits.
Kinky Friedman, funny you should bring it up, and I don't want to keep making this about me, but he's been on this show 3 times. In the studio once, playing songs and talking and telling his life story. I've been the number one Kinky fan since 1975, and he still plays out here once in a while up in Northern California. What a dude! And yes,
An amazing guy.
We played so much Kinky on KOKE-FM that it wasn't funny, but yeah.
He had odd eclectic songs like "Get Your Biscuits in the Oven and Your Buns in the Bed."
Yeah.
They don't make Jews like Jesus anymore.
Yeah.
And he was a Semitic guy and very popular. I got fired for playing one of his songs on KOKE-FM.
Oh, the Ballad of Charles Joseph Whitman.
I did, yeah. And it was, it's actually on the playlist for quite a long time, 10 years after the shootings on the UT Tower.
By the time I got there, they had taken the album and somebody had scratched it with a knife, the last cut on whatever side that was, the Ballad of Charles Joseph Whitman, so it was unplayable.
The program director that fired me at 4 a.m. walked in, picked up the record needle off of the album, and scraped it that night.
Well, I must have just followed you in 1975. I do feel like we've met before. Let's stay in touch, Ray.
Hey, good to hear from you, Steve. Good luck out there in the Sonoma Valley.
All right, thanks, man. Ray Palla, thank you so much. Fascinating. For me, I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but it was an amazing time in radio. And it happened all in Austin, Texas in the 70s. That was when Willie and Waylon and Jerry Jeff Walker and everybody was living there and hanging there and playing there. And the Armadillo World Headquarters was one of the greatest concert venues in the world. Man, I'm so lucky to have been part of that. Now I'm old, but I love this show.